You buy a phone charger for $3. It breaks in 2 weeks. You buy another one, then another. 6 months later, you realize you have spent more on cheap plastic than you would have on one high-quality charger. But the real cost isn't just the money. It creates a trap that keeps millions of people poor. There is a famous economic concept called the boots theory. It goes like this. A rich person buys a pair of boots for $50 that lasts 10 years. A poor person can only afford $10 boots, but they fall apart every season. Over 10 years, the poor person spends $100 on boots, twice as much as the rich person, and their feet are still wet. This creates a false economy. The savings you think you're getting disappear into hidden expenses that add up silently. When products are made as cheaply as possible, something has to give. Usually, it's your time and sanity. Think about the time tax. Time spent shopping for replacements. Time dealing with malfunctions. Time researching which cheap option might last longer than the last cheap option. And then there is the mental cost. The stress of never quite trusting your gear. The annoyance of walking in shoes that hurt or using a phone that drains in an hour. You develop a disposable mindset where nothing is built to last and nothing is worth repairing. Compare this to the past. Your grandmother's kitchen appliances lasted decades. They could be fixed with a simple screwdriver. Today, your appliances are designed to die. Often, repairing a toaster costs more than buying a new one. This isn't an accident, it is by design. Manufacturers optimize for the sale, not for the lifespan. So, how do we break this cycle? It starts by changing the math in your head. Stop looking at the price tag. Start looking at the cost per use. A cheap shirt might cost $10, but look terrible after 2 washes. That is $5 per wear. A quality shirt might cost $50, but look great for 100 wears. That is 50 cents per wear. The expensive option is actually 90% cheaper. Of course, the tragedy is that not everyone can afford the high upfront cost. That is the trap. But whenever you have the choice, remember, the cheapest price rarely represents the lowest cost. Quality buys you silence. It buys you reliability. And most importantly, it buys you freedom from the cycle of constant consumption. Next time you see a bargain, ask yourself, is this actually cheap, or is it just a down payment on a future headache? If this changed how you see the products around you, subscribe for more insights on the hidden economics of everyday life. And tell me in the comments, what is the one cheap item that taught you an expensive lesson?